Hello everyone, thank you for checking out today's video. In this one, we're going to be covering visual task boards on ServiceNow. Now here is ServiceNow's documentation on visual task boards. It describes them as transforming the navigation of lists and forms into an interactive graphical experience. So let's head over to our PDI, and I'm already starting to type it in, but if you type in your visual task boards into your all applications menu, you should get this module, visual task boards under self-service. Then when you click on it, it's going to show all the different boards that you have available to you. So you can either select boards that you own, boards that you belong to, or all. You can search. So maybe you have a lot. You can search for the name up here. Otherwise, you can go ahead and create a new board. So we'll select new. Okay, from there, we can go ahead and decide if we want to select a freeform board or a data-driven board. So the difference is a freeform board allows you to kind of just add records, ad hoc records to your board, whereas a data-driven board, you would actually select the data. So it's, the name kind of gives it away, but we'll read the description for both. So a freeform board allows you to add a task record to a board and structure it any way you want. Use the configurable lanes to categorize and organize your tasks, whereas a data-driven board allows you to interact with visual data on a structured board. You can create a filter to display specific records from a particular table. So for our example today, we're going to imagine that we want to create a visual task board where we can see all the active incidents that are assigned or that have the category of software. So let's select data-driven board. Okay, first things first, we got to select the table. So we'll do incidents, and then we'll do our vertical lane field. So that'll be the one that will appear at the top, essentially how we are categorizing our task board, or where we're grouping it off of. So let's go ahead and select the assign to. And this is their little tool tip. Select the field you want to use for the vertical lane headers. If you select none, lane headers will be editable and unbound to static data values. You can also select a swim lane field, which allows you, well, let's go ahead and select that. We'll do assignment group, just so we can see what it looks like. And here's our condition builder. So we can load in an existing filter. We can save the filter that we're creating. We can add a sort. So we already said what we're doing. We're doing active as true. And the category is software. Right, let's hit create. Excuse me. Okay, so as y'all can see, this is our vertical lane, and these are our swim lanes right here. So at the top, you can see all of the users that currently have access to this visual task board, but also the users that are have software records assigned to them. So let's go ahead and just run through some of the different features here. So let's say we only want to see the tasks that are assigned to Bud Richmond. We can select him, and then we'll only see the tasks that are assigned to Bud Richmond. And, we could do the same thing. We can kind of maybe, we only want to see the ones for Don and Fred. We could select them or unselect them. Okay, now we have all of them again. Okay, up here in the top left, whoops. So up here in the top left, this actually just shows the different boards that you have access to. Okay, continuing on, you can filter by title or number. So maybe there's something on here that you want to filter off of. You can do it right here. If I were to type in, please, we see all of the tasks that are on our visual task board that have the word please. Okay, this is your SLAs, so you can show if something is due, or this might just be out the due by field. I'm not sure. Info, so you can see the different info on your visual task board. So you can decide if you want to filter it further or maybe adjust your filter. And here's your link to it. Close that. These are all the users that have access to this visual task board. If you would like to, we could add more. So now Able Tutor has access. Okay. Then from here, we have our labels. So we can add different labels. Let's do that real quick. So if we select this one, we can come over to labels, and then we can label it. So maybe we know, oh, this one's high priority. And we could add that little marker there. And while we have this open, you guys can kind of see this is the view that you would have if you were to select one of the records. So it's a very simplified view for each one of these. So details, doesn't really give us much details here, does it? Assignees, so we can add a primary assignee, additional assignee, add more labels if we want to. We can add an attachment to that record, and we can add a checklist. But I'm pretty sure, I think we'll get to it in a second, but we can add additional details because we weren't really getting much from that. So we already covered labels. So activity stream. So this is the different activity for all these records. So similar to when you're on the list view, you can bring up your activity stream for all the records that you are filtering on. And then configuration. So configuration allows us to, let's do advanced settings. What does it let us do here? We could change the colors. Quick panel, show name, show label names. Let's not do compact cards. Can we disable that? Oh, they must have, maybe they changed that. You used to be able to disable that, and you used to be able to get more robust cards on here. I disable it now? There's got to be a way to do it. I know there is, guys. Show label names. Huh. I don't know. Maybe someone in the comments can tell me. But there used to be a way where you could, maybe because we have swim lanes on. What if we... Let's see. See, we're figuring this out together. I think it's because we have swim lanes on. I think it's screwing it up. Is there a way I can go back and disable the swim lanes? No, I don't think there is. I'm just curious. Bear with me 1 second here, guys. Let's do this. Let's create another one without the swim lanes. We'll just do active incidents. See if it lets us. Active is true. Okay, go back to configuration. There we go. Yeah, I guess the swim lanes prevent you from doing it, but you can go ahead and do show compact cards, or you can disable that, and then you can get more info in here. So you can do like show card info, and then it gives you a bit more information at a glance when you're looking at your different cards here. So you can see like our assigned to, urgency, things like that. All right, I think we pretty much covered the basics. And then from there, if you would like to, since what we're doing right now is our vertical lanes are off the assigned to. So we see Able Tutter only has 1 ticket assigned to them, but say there was a handful over here that we wanted to assign to Able Tutter, we could just drag and drop them just like that. Why does it say reference qualifier violation? There's something weird going on there. What's going on there? Not letting us assign to Able. Oh, I guess we can assign. So maybe it's only, let me see. So let's try this real quick. Let's see if we can drag it over to ITIL user. There we go. Okay, I think we maybe have something in place where you have to be part of the software group in order to get assigned different software incidents. I think we did that in a previous video, didn't we? Let me check real quick. Which one is Able a part of? You part of the software group? Able doesn't have any groups. So let's add Able to the ITIL. Actually, this is groups, isn't it? So we'll add him to the software group. And it might also be because he doesn't have ITIL. So let's figure this out together. So let's go ahead and refresh our visual task board, and we'll see if we can try to re-add this one to able. Still says we can't, so I'm guessing the reason we can't is because he doesn't have ITIL. So let's try to add him to the ITIL role. Okay, refresh. All right, one more time. Look at that. So it was that. So it's because Abel didn't have the ITIL role, so he wasn't able to work tickets. So now that he has ITIL, we can add as many to him as we want. But yeah, as you can see, this kind of creates a nice at-a-glance view, especially if you have a project, you have tons of different tickets going on. Maybe some of you prefer this view, or maybe as a project manager, you see all these tickets coming in, and you're filtering off. I don't know. You name it. You're filtering off something where you could just look at a glance, be like, oh, this ticket goes to Abel Tutter. This ticket goes to Don Goodlife. This ticket should go to ITIL user, and you could just start assigning tickets kind of in this view as opposed to going through the incident view. So this gives you another way to display the different records on ServiceNow, and give you your customizations for how you want them to display, and you could invite in teammates, and you can kind of plan out your course of attack to knocking out all those different tickets that you're trying to get closed out. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider giving this video a like. Please also consider subscribing to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next video very soon.